Tonight's topic, political prisoners. Sounds like a foreign problem, doesn't it? We talk about that as an issue that only other countries have, like bidet drownings, or Wiener Schnitzelitis, or riots caused by the presence of David Hasselhoff. Other countries deal with that shit. Not the good old U.S. of A., but don't believe the hype. There are many U.S. political prisoners. The best known probably is Chelsea Manning, serving 35 years for revealing the reality of our military's massacres in Iraq and Afghanistan. We made an example of her because she threatened our ability to wage war under completely false circumstances. Look, war is almost always based on myth and awe and exaggeration. As John Mayer famously sang, "Your bombing is a wonderland." The stories told about war are piles of bullshit stacked on legends, based on hyperboles, filled with propaganda, and then smothered in a light caramel drizzle. Why caramel? Because it would taste like shit otherwise. Where's your head at? As war journalist Chris Hedges said, wars that lose their mythic statue for the public are doomed to failure, for war is exposed for what it is, organized murder. Chelsea Manning used the truth to hurt our myth of war, so our government locked her away. Presidential candidate Jill Stein was a political prisoner for 8 hours after she ran through a shopping mall wearing nothing but string cheese. Wait. I'm sorry. Confused my notes with my dream journal. I'm sorry. But anyway, she was a political prisoner. She was arrested for trying to attend the presidential debate in 2012. You would think a presidential candidate would be allowed to attend a presidential debate, almost, dare I say, encouraged to attend. But no, Jill Stein is with the Green Party, and if you aren't with one of the two corporate Wall Street parties, then you're arrested and chained to a chair until the debates are over. Ah, democracy. It's got a lot of little nuances and peculiarities, if you will, like arresting dissenting voices. Reverend Edward Pinkney in Benton Harbor, Michigan last month. He was sentenced to years in jail for basically having the nerve to get in the way of the massive corporation that runs that town, Whirlpool Appliances. The people who make your washer and dryer. You know, if I had to pick the object around the household that was rounding up political prisoners, I would have guessed maybe those weird nose hair trimmers or Furby. You know, Furby's seen some in his day, right? He was on the front lines in Bosnia in 1993. Or what about that crazy fitness machine you never use?
Stand straight on the plate and put your hands on the bar.
But no, in this case, it was the washer-dryer. You see, Whirlpool and their inside councilman, Glenn Yarbrough, decided to kick the black people off 465 acres of prime lakefront land. Silly black people. Lakefront property is for white people. Reverend Pinkney led the effort to get Yarbrough recalled. Yarbrough and others then made up charges that Pinkney forged recall signatures and dates, and with no evidence, Pinkney was convicted by an all-white jury, and boom, the washer and dryer have their very own political prisoner. Thigh Jiggler 2000, eat your heart out. If that jiggler machine worked at all, wouldn't people in earthquake zones be ripped? It's like, yeah, fracking is causing all kinds of earthquakes, but I have six-pack abs now, so I ain't complaining. Next up, hacker Jeremy Hammond. Hacked into intelligence firm Stratfor in order to reveal their activity to the world. Stratfor was spying domestically on organizations like Occupy and the Yes Men and trying to illegitimately link U.S. activists to Al-Qaeda to discredit them. But who gets punished for revealing this? Jeremy Hammond. We have learned something from Hammond, Snowden, Manning, Julian Assange, Aaron Swartz, who would have been a political prisoner if he hadn't taken his life before being sent to jail. Each of these people have taught us that revealing information over the crimes of the U.S. government is what is truly considered illegal. But the twerker-sizer is legal? What the kind of country do we live in? Point is, the U.S. has numerous political prisoners. I didn't have time to get to John Kiriakou, former Governor Don Siegelman, Dr. Richard Kimball, who claims he has evidence the one-armed man did it and was hired by Big Pharma. There's just too many to list.